thing? Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Good evening. My name is William Watkins, Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean of Students, and I will be serving as your narrator for this evening. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the 2017 Freshman Convocation for California State University Northridge. Let's give a cheer to that. I ask that you all now please rise for our national anthem, performed by CSUN's Jazz A Band, under the direction of Professor Matt Harris, accompanied by Aaliyah Goff.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red flash, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing our star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, and all please be seated. How about another cheer for Aaliyah, our singer, and our jazz band? Tonight, a distinguished platform party has been assembled to welcome you, our newest members of the CSUN campus community. As we embark on this, our 11th annual Freshman Convocation together, I ask that you hold all applause while I introduce our platform party and our special guest. I ask that each member of the platform party please rise and be recognized as I call your name. Starting on the second row from the left to right, Dr. Mark Stover, Dean of the Oviatt Library and this evening's Mace Bearer. Dr. Stella Theodoulou, Vice Provost and Dean of the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences. From the College of Humanities, Dean Dr. Elizabeth Say. Dr. Brandon Martin, Director of Intercollegiate Athletics. Executive Director of the University Corporation, Rick Evans. Dean of the College of Science and Mathematics, Dr. Jerry Stinner. Associate Vice President for Marketing and Communications, Jeff Noblet. Dr. Farrell Webb, Dean of the College of Health and Human Development. Interim Dean of the Michael D. Eisner College of Education, Dr. Sherry Tarver-Bering. Dean of the Mike Curb College of Arts, Media, and Communication, Dr. Dan Hoskins. And now, in the front row, CSUN Alumni Association President, Ms. Cindy Chernow. Dr. Robert Gonzalez, our Vice President for University Advancement and President of the CSUN Foundation. Vice President for Administration and Finance, Colin Donahue. President's Chief of Staff, Jill Smith. Deborah Kors, Interim Dean of the David Nazarian College of Business and Economics. The 2017 Diane F. Harrison Leadership Award recipient and CSUN student, Jaya Bondak. 2017 Outstanding Graduating Senior and speaker for this evening, Braulio Diaz. President of our university, Dr. Diane Harrison. Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. E. Lee. Our keynote speaker, Ms. Bree Newsom. Associated Students President, Mr. Jonathan Goldenberg. Vice President for Information Technology and CIO, Hillary Baker. Administrator in charge of the College of Engineering and Computer Science, Dr. Robert Ryan. For our Faculty Senate, Vice President Dr. Terry Lissager. And finally, Associate Vice President for Student Success, Dr. Elizabeth Adams. Please join me in thanking our distinguished panel. Thank you. Will the platform party please be seated? I also would like to introduce and thank all of the associate deans who have served as honor marshals this evening, members of our faculty and our campus department chairs, members of student affairs and academic affairs administration division heads, and student leaders of the Associated Students, University Student Union, student housing resident associations, student athletes, and new student orientation leaders. Thank you all for your participation this evening. Let's give them a cheer. And now it's my great pleasure to introduce our president, Dr. Diane Harrison.
Thank you, Dr. Watkins. On behalf of California State University, Northridge, I am so pleased to welcome our brand new freshman class, the graduating class of 2021. The start of a new academic year is always a very exciting time here at CSUN. I look forward to the freshman convocation and the opportunity to see the enthusiastic, the expectant faces of our newest students, faces that represent the hopes and the aspirations of the future as you further your education so that you too can contribute to society, support yourselves and your families, and make new discoveries, innovate, solve problems, help better your communities. Now more than ever, we need the benefits of your wisdom and your leadership. The world seems very divisive right now. Our nation seems fragmented, and open hatred, fear of the other, and exclusion seems to have become a frightening part of everyday discourse, rather than tolerance, understanding, and inclusion. Even the most optimistic among us are being challenged and tested. But I will say to you that I'm excited. I'm excited by the faces that I see here this evening and what all of you represent, along with your fellow Matador classmates. And together you represent nearly 40,000 students. As Matadors, you represent an educated, reasoned perspective. You represent diversity. You represent inclusion. These are values that we all share at CSUN, and we believe they are indispensable to a successful, peaceful, and prosperous society. And they are values that we hope you carry with you as you move on to new opportunities and horizons after you graduate. Be assured that our faculty will provide you with an excellent education, with a curriculum that is rich in diverse cultural views and perspectives. You bring all of us here at CSUN hope and optimism for our future. By choosing to attend CSUN, you've made an important first step in a new world of responsibility and choice by deciding to invest in your future and getting a college education. You are admitted to CSUN because of what you have already accomplished, and because we are confident in your ability to succeed and to excel here. And now that you are here, in control and accountable to yourself, I encourage you to keep up the great work that you've already been doing. Continue those successful habits in college. Continue to make good decisions to ensure your success at CSUN and beyond. Be committed to your studies and attend your classes. Be proactive in protecting the well-being and the safety of others. Outside of the classroom, choose to be involved and make the most of your college experience. There are so many opportunities for you to grow and to network and to meet lots and lots of new friends and to be fully engaged here. So I encourage you to go out and begin creating a lifetime of very happy college memories. In this spirit, all of you will shortly receive an email inviting you to participate in what we call Matador Moments, the Freshman Challenge. It's a competition for you all, for our CSUN freshmen, and we invite each of you to share your favorite moments of your first year at CSUN via a video submitted in the Portfolium ePortfolio tool that is available to you all. I encourage each of you to use Portfolium. Start using it as a freshman and put in works from your classes. Put in evidence of what you have accomplished and what you have done. Make videos. Portfolium is linked to employers, so it's actually a very helpful tool to find internships and jobs. The competition winners will be announced in the spring, and we will share the best stories at the new student orientation next fall. We want your victories and your challenges to encourage the students who will come after you. As you progress in your education and become more informed about issues, we hope you will truly learn to listen and respect the views of others. You will encounter ideas and experiences different from yours. And of course, you are entitled to disagree. We don't all agree with everyone. But I do hope that you will choose and learn to express your disagreement with reason, with thought, with tolerance, and with mutual respect. Diversity of thought and ideas is what has made our universities and our country great. In fact, we are the envy of the world when it comes to higher education. I hope you will take this to heart as you embark on the journey that lies ahead of you here at the university and in our community. Tonight, we welcome a speaker, Bree Newsom, a filmmaker, musician, speaker, and activist, an individual who has spoken up against injustice. And I hope that you will find her story and her message personally inspiring. Let me conclude by assuring you that the university's first priority is your success. The faculty, our staff, the administrators of CSUN are focused on providing programs, resources, and services to support you. But this effort must also be a partnership with you. And it depends greatly on your own choices that you make, the commitment that you make to your education and personal success. You are the future. I know you will succeed because you are now part of the CSUN family. But to succeed and achieve excellence, you will need to plan well, and make good choices. And we will be here to help you. I hope you have a great first semester and a great freshman year. Thank you. William?
You did that last year, didn't you? Each year at this event, a CSUN student or recent graduate is invited to share their thoughts and insights into creating a successful university life. These individuals are chosen for their exemplary scholarship and meaningful involvement both on campus and in the community. Mr. Braulio Diaz, one of CSUN's 2017 outstanding graduating seniors, is serving in this distinguished role with us this evening. As a proud undocumented student, Braulio majored in engineering and graduated this past May. Braulio was a resident advisor in student housing. Hey, there's a few folk out there. Served associated students as a senator for the College of Engineering, and also was a university ambassador. Join me now as I present to you Braulio Diaz.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you. How's everyone doing today? Good? All right. It really is an incredible honor to be here today in front of all of you, the class of 2021, or 2022, or 2023. It doesn't matter, okay, as long as you finish. And I didn't come to my freshman convocation, my freshman year, but you all did. And so you're off to a good start. Bravo. You know, and I was wondering, what does my freshman family want to hear? Wow, did you hear that? I just called you my family. That's right, because you're a matador now. And once a matador, always a matador. All right. They know, you see. So let me start off by telling you how incredible of a school CSUN is. CSUN is an amazing place. CSUN offers so many services and resources to its students that I don't have enough time to list them all. We have a beautiful library for you to use, a state-of-the-art recreational center, the University Student Union, the Oasis Center for you to relax and nap. You should definitely go there. New legal clinic, over 350 clubs and organizations, so many fun school events, and much more. And then there's the staff and faculty. The people here at CSUN really want to see you succeed. Right? I want to see you succeed, and I know that you want to see yourself succeed. That's why I'm going to tell you to take advantage of this time in your life. I encourage you to get involved on campus, because getting involved will give you that college experience that you're looking for and that connection that you need. This is a new start for all of you, so make it the best. Do not do anything that will jeopardize this beautiful opportunity. My experience at CSUN has changed my life for the better, and I know that it can change yours. So how did it change my life? CSUN taught me how to think, and it taught me how to question. I learned how to work with others and how to lead. I learned how to speak and how to listen. I learned to be more independent and the impact that I have on others. And I learned about my privilege. This is what I think will be one of the things that I will take most from my experience at CSUN. The amount of diversity, the discussions I had about intersectionality, and CSUN's efforts to tackle social justice. How many of you came to your new student orientation and saw Take? Yeah? Wasn't that something? Right? These can be uncomfortable and difficult difficult topics to talk about, but I'm telling you, the process is so rewarding in the end. Higher education and having these conversations gives you a whole new perspective on the world and on humanity. Be aware of what is going on in the world at a local, national, international, and global level. And lucky for all of you, CSUN is one of the most diverse and inclusive universities in the United States. I learned something else during my time here at CSUN. And that was that I lived in my bubble, in my own reality. I understood that there's more to this world than our normal, everyday routine. And I hope that you at least get that out of your experience at CSUN. And that's why it's important to connect. Connect with people. You're going to come to see how amazing, important, and essential it is to connect with others. And I guarantee that it will make your experience all the better. So if you struggle with public speaking, or being in unfamiliar places, or approaching others, then I challenge you to challenge yourself and break out of that shell. Put yourself in these settings because you will grow, develop, and blossom into someone better. I would also like to talk to you about self-care. College is not easy. Life itself is not easy. And sometimes we feel hopeless, but as hopeless as we may feel, we must remain positive and move forward. Mental health is something people have a hard time talking about. But I bring this up because you might feel down at school sometimes. I know I did. But no matter what life throws at you, you cannot give up. So find something you'll enjoy. Pick up a new hobby. Learn how to play an instrument or a new form of art. Or exercise to keep you active and healthy. Okay. Yeah. The point is to have an escape from everything that you feel is bringing you down. Have a high self-esteem and learn to love yourself. You will do much better in school and in life. And if you fail, take it as a lesson and learn from your mistakes. Overall, remember why you are here at CSUN: to receive an education and to earn your degree. So remember to plan ahead. Plan the courses you are going to take for the next 3 or 4 semesters. Listen, I've had friends lose a semester because they did not take an essential prerequisite. So be alert. And pro tip, read the course descriptions when you are selecting classes so that you are in courses that genuinely interest you. You will do, where am I? Where am I? You will do much better. And yes, remember what, come on. Set goals, short-term and long-term, okay? As I said, if you fail, that's okay. Get up and try again. Another thing, don't dwell on the future. Look, it's okay if you don't know what you want to do right now when you're older. I know I didn't when I was a freshman. I wanted to be a doctor, yet I wanted to be an engineer. And I never knew that I would be speaking here today either. But here I am, in front of CSUN's next great leaders. I already said that. You're all growing up, you're all becoming young adults. So you must be responsible and learn how to take care of your problems, your finances, your obligations, and yourself overall. Our parents and guardians will not always be there for us. I want you to understand that you're reaching the point where you have to fight and stand for yourself. Understand that you are becoming your own person. So plan on what you can do to be the best person that you can be and how you can better those around you. I would just like to end by wishing you all the best. Study hard, focus at what is at hand so that you don't regret it later. Yeah. And remember to challenge yourself. Get involved on campus. Connect with others. Plan ahead and take care of yourself. I really am excited for all of you. And one more thing. Due to recent events, I personally want to reach out to any students here that are also undocumented. Do not fear. We will get through this. We have the support of millions of people across this country that see our true potential and see us as humans and not as illegals. Be proud of where you are. Be proud of where you are from, and be proud of where you are today. Do not let anyone shatter your dreams or discourage you in any way, especially intolerant people with no empathy for a situation that we didn't ask for. Look, nothing is ever handed to us. We have to seek and go after what we want. And the truth is, there are many people that do not want to see us succeed. But prove them wrong. Prove to them that you are a valuable asset to your community and to this country. They are only making our story greater and making us stronger. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say, I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world will live as one. John Lennon, Imagine. Thank you.
Thank you, Braulio, for those inspiring remarks for our freshmen, and in appreciation for your participation in our convocation tonight. I'm also pleased to present you with a memento to remind you of tonight and your time at CSUN. Very nice. Yes, yes. It's easier in the box.
Thank you very much.
Before I proceed, there is a special group here tonight that I want to recognize, and that is our pioneer cohort of our Bridge to the Future scholars from Canoga Park High School. This is our inaugural class of Bridge to the Future scholars, and I had the privilege this afternoon of meeting with them, and I'm so excited to have you here, and welcome again. It is now my very great pleasure to introduce to you the recipient of the Harrison Leadership Award for 2017. Each year, the university awards an $8,000 scholarship to a student who meets the following minimum criteria: the completion of the freshman year with 30 earned units of credit, at least a 3.0 grade point average, and demonstrated leadership. A number of outstanding students applied for the award this year, and I would like to acknowledge several of the finalists who join us this evening. As I call your name, please stand to receive our applause. Kelsey Baez, the Mike Curb College of Arts, Media, and Communication. Alisa Orhalo from the David Nazarian College of Business and Economics. Tammy Razamike Tiksak, Health and Human Development and College of Humanities. Congratulations to our finalists. Very outstanding students. Thank you for your inspiring work that you have undertaken so far. You are truly models of success for our new freshman class. And now I want to introduce the recipient of this year's Harrison Leadership Award, Jaya Bondoc. Will you please join me here at the podium? Just stand right there. Ms. Jaya Bondoc is an exceptional young woman who has excelled in her academic studies while establishing herself as a leader within our campus community. Jaya is a business major who has achieved a 3.98 grade point average during her first year at CSUN. She's interested in a career in accounting and wants to be a leader in her field and in her community. Jaya has seen a lack of female leaders in the accounting field, as well as in the Filipino community, and intends to use the skills obtained during her CSUN journey to inspire more women to become leaders in their professions and communities. Jaya has been very involved at CSUN. She's a member of the Accounting Association, the Filipino Student Organization, the Association of Latino Professionals in Accounting and Finance, and was selected to serve as a new student orientation leader. Yeah. Additionally, this summer, Jaya was able to earn a paid internship. Those are the best kind, when they pay you, of course, with one of the biggest accounting firms in the world, PricewaterhouseCoopers, a position that first-year accounting students rarely receive. This internship was made possible by her active participation in the Accounting Association. Jaya says her family's last name is the perfect metaphor for her life right now. Bandak, which means mountain in her native tongue, is more than just a lifelong reminder of all of the sacrifices her parents have made for her. It also symbolizes the mountains that we have all had to climb together in order to get here. She says the greatest mountains her parents climbed was coming to America from the Philippines. And the highest mountain peak she will reach in her life will be conquering the journey that fulfills her parents' American dream for her once she graduates from college. Before I present Jaya with a symbol recognizing her distinguished accomplishments, I would like to quote one of the recommendation letters. Jaya's leadership style is shaped by her desire to serve others and a penchant for broadening not only opportunities for her personal growth, but also that of others. If selected for the Leadership Award, the campus would gain a representative who embodies collaborative determination, optimism, and leadership. Congratulations, Jaya. Here, turn this way so our camera says we have just a little bit behind. I hope that many of you sitting here this evening will consider making the same kind of commitment and apply for next year's Harrison Leadership Award. And while clearly the $8,000 award is a good incentive, as Jaya will tell you, a successful first year that puts you on track to graduate in 4 years, achieving an excellent GPA, and meeting the challenge of leadership on our campus is a reward in and of itself. I hope that all of you will consider committing to applying for this award next spring semester. I would now like you all to welcome our University Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. E. Lee.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Harrison. It is my honor to welcome you to the university and introduce tonight's keynote speaker, Ms. Bree Newsom. Driven by an unwavering belief in the power of individuals to make change, Bree Newsom established herself as a touchstone of empowerment for disfranchised people around the world when she tore down the Confederate flag in front of South Carolina State House in 2015. In the name of social justice and equity, a graduate of NYU's Teach School of the Arts, Newsom seamlessly blended her artistic talents with her passionate activism, educating an aspiring audience to organize and stand together to transform society into a world where the lives and the contributions of all individuals are recognized equally. So please join me in welcoming Bree Newsom.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I want to say thank you to everyone who made it possible for me to be here today, and thank you so much for the warm reception that has greeted me since being on campus. I consider it a special honor to be in a position where I get to talk to students. This is such an important time in your lives. I hope you recognize how important a time it is in your life. With each passing year, freshman year becomes more and more of a distant memory for me. And I can't remember if I recognized at the time how crucial and how pivotal a time in my life it was. I hope you recognize that to be the case for you. And I'm just truly honored to have this opportunity to speak with you on this occasion. Students are a very powerful segment of our society, and there's a reason why education and the fight for access to education is an ongoing, never-ending thing. And that is because of the power that is inherent in knowledge and the power that is inherent in institutions of higher learning. Of course, this institution has its own powerful history of student activism, so I'm sure you are all not unfamiliar with this concept. But it's days like this when I'm addressing a gathering full of young people who represent the rising generations of leaders and thinkers that I feel so blessed to be doing what I do. Please take a minute and just look around you, everyone, not just the incoming class, but everyone. Just take a minute and look around you. Each person in this space represents an individual life path that one person walked that brought them into this space at this moment. There are over 1,000 different life paths represented here that we each walked and that each led us to being here together at this moment. Speaking for myself, this is my first time at CSUN, and I'm here because I've walked a life path that led me to becoming an artist and human rights activist, that then led me to this particular moment of bringing this message to you. And I personally believe there is a purpose in all of it, that nothing is purely coincidental. So take a minute to reflect on your personal life path. What journey have you walked this far that led you here to this moment? Between the World and Me by Ta-Nehisi Coates is a powerful read because it is a deeply personal and yet universal writing at the same time. In it, Coates writes a letter to his son, but the audience for this letter is the whole world. And in this open letter, he is detailing his personal experience as a Black man navigating the world around him, yet there's a universality to his journey and to his questioning and reflecting. He examines the world around him and his place in it. He questions what world his son will inherit and how he can possibly prepare his son for a society that is in so many ways designed to be against him. He says to his son, "This is your country. This is your world. This is your body. And you must find some way to live within all of it." Just as there are as many life paths represented here today as there are people, I would argue that in reality there are as many worlds as there are people in the world, and that the world itself is the sum total of all these individual worlds. We all contribute to making the world what it is. We move and navigate through the world based on what we see through our individual points of view and the decisions we make based on that viewpoint. Earlier today, I addressed a group in the student union, and I asked them, what does it mean to be conscious or to stay woke? That's the other way people put it nowadays, right? What does it mean to be a human being armed with an awareness of self and of others? Certainly, there's no such thing as an insignificant generation. Each generation is built upon the generation that preceded it, and each generation lays the foundation for the generation that follows it. That said, I do truly believe there is a particular significance to this generation and to those living at this point in time, because this is such a pivotal time in history. I believe that the question of human rights is the pivotal question of the 21st century. It is the question that was posed at the founding of this nation and the dream that has yet to be realized. That we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The reality is that the revolution sparked by that document, the Declaration of Independence, remains unfinished. Since the time it was written in 1776, the central question at the heart of that document has been raised time and time again. It was raised in 1860 when the states went to war with each other over the question of African enslavement. It has been raised time and time again in the fight for human rights and equality for women, for the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer, for the people of the First Nations, for the undocumented, and for all those who know that no human being is illegal or made less worthy of humanity and humane treatment simply for being who they are. So what does it mean to be human in the 21st century? What constitutes a human right? Does it include access to education and health care? Does it mean the right to walk the street without fear of being profiled by police? Does it mean the right to have access to clean air and water, the right to housing, the right to live and thrive and to be the full realization of oneself regardless of race or religion, language or gender or sexual identity or citizenship status? What is the right of a human being? The truth is we are all of us young, some younger than others, obviously, here today. But the fact is that in the history of the world and the history of time, we are all young. Here for a brief period of time and given the freedom of choice as to what we do with that brief period of time we have while we are here. So my question to you today, incoming class, is what will you do with the brief time that you have here on campus and at this institution of higher learning? I hope that you'll use this time as a student in part to examine your world and to explore other worlds, to allow your world to intermingle with others and perhaps even to be challenged by worlds that are unlike your own. We inherit the world that we inherit, and then it is up to each of us individually and all of us collectively to determine what world we will leave for future generations to inherit. As freshmen here, you represent the incoming generation. But I hope that even as you navigate through your first year, you will think of the generations that will be following behind you. And as you consider what your legacy will be, that you recognize that this is your country, this is your world, this is your body, and it's for you to determine how you will live within all of it. Congratulations to you all and best wishes to you all going forward in this year and all the years to come. Thank you. Thank you.
Don't go too far. Thank you, Bree, for those remarks to mark our 2017 freshman convocation with great distinction. Our goal in inviting prominent speakers to the campus is to inspire serious reflection and discussion among our students and our campus community on the important issues that touch us all. I am confident that your remarks this evening will provide great discussions, both inside and outside of the classrooms. And in appreciation for your participation, I do have a momentum for your visit.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
At this time, I ask the entire platform party to stand, and I invite Associated Student President Jonathan Goldenberg to come forward.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome again to all the new Matadors. For some of you, this may be the first time you're hearing the alma mater, but here's your first opportunity to show off your Matador pride. If you aren't familiar with all the words just yet, they are listed in the back of your program. Also, I think we've arranged for a little bit of assistance for you. Orientation leaders, are you ready to help out? Jazz A Band, are you ready? Jazz A Band? I'm assuming that they're ready. Freshmen, are you ready? If I may ask you all, everyone, to please stand for this very special performance of the CSUN alma mater. May this be a wonderful memory for your freshman convocation. And now, Matadors, let's sing out loud. Jazz A Band, whenever you're ready.
Before we conclude, I would like to acknowledge and thank the many persons who have made this event possible. Professor Matt Harris and his Jazz A Band, who you hear playing. Members of our campus staff who organized tonight's ceremony. Our new student orientation leaders who are so awesome. Our student housing resident assistants who have worked to prepare you. And I want us to please acknowledge our student orientation leaders and our resident advisors. And thank you. And finally, members of the Freshman Convocation Committee. They put a lot of work into organizing this event. It's my hope that this evening's convocation has given you, our freshman class, a greater insight into the opportunities that lie ahead. And I also hope it's nurtured your commitment and desire to succeed. Good night, and I conclude this convocation.